We'll just ask you about the lineup then tomorrow. Obviously, you've got a whack of matches coming up. You rotated the lineup last week. You plan to do the same tomorrow night?
Yeah, on some level. I mean, now it's a little bit of managing minutes for guys coming off of last week, this weekend, looking at tomorrow night, but also looking at the weekend. So there'll be some mix-up in it for sure.
Can you tell us what the injury situation is? You had some people who were out. Are they still out?
Most of them are still out. Like Steven is still out. Bloomy is questionable. Bloomy, the situation they had before is good. He's having some back spasms now, and so as we can get those to calm down, then he'll become available. But he's been out at training, so he's a little bit questionable. We'll see how he's doing tomorrow as he wakes up and starts moving around. But aside from that, we're managing a couple guys who've had a lot of minutes who are feeling a little bit. But other than that, Simonin is obviously still not available, so that's it.
And Joe?
Joe not available yet for tomorrow, but getting closer. It's just a matter of this thing on his foot healing. So.
And Jovinko was limping after the game on Saturday. What is his status? Could he go?
He's fine. He's available as needed.
And Michael, you played him 70-odd minutes in the game in Montreal. He hasn't had much of a break. Is he due a break?
Possibly. He's available. He's not injured or anything, and we'll move accordingly.
One of the issues you addressed after the game on the weekend was tactics and about how perhaps the team needed to be more aggressive at home after a long trip away from BMO Field. It would seem tomorrow night would be the perfect opportunity to do that. You're down 1-0, you're at home, you need to go for goals. What will your instructions generally be to your team to change the tactics from the weekend?
I think you're spot on in a lot of levels. I think when we play at BMO Field and we have our fans who are dedicated to us, I think we need to go and put more into the game and try to create more, try to be more proactive on the attacking side, be harder to play against defensively. They don't want to come see us sit back and defend in our box, which was never the intention. However, like I said, I think we're a little bit of a product of our first 7 games, and finding our comfort zone in that game ended up being a little bit too deep in the first half. However, we got aggressive as the game progressed, and we saw benefits of that in terms of our possession, the chances we created. We also limited them. I mean, mind you, they're holding on to a lead, but we limited them to their opportunities and getting into our half as well. So for us is I think tomorrow is important that we establish our home identity a little bit, that we don't have to be the exact same team on the road and at home. We can alter that. We have some high quality players. They need to get more touches on the ball, not be in defensive mode as long. So that's what we're looking tomorrow is that opportunity. And as you said, we're down a goal, so it's on us to go make the game a little bit. So for me, I like that. I think that's what this team needs right now.
When you use the word identity, trying to establish it, it's always the cliche that's used. What is the identity that you want this team to have?
Yeah, I mean, I want us to own the ball more. I want us to be more aggressive with the ball. I just think that we have enough quality players in our roster that we shouldn't spend large portions of the game defending. We need to spend more. We need to get Sebastian on the ball more. We need to get the ball into Josie more often. We need to play through Michael and help him dictate the game. And Benoit, we have guys who are very capable with the ball. We don't need to be in a defending shape as long as we were. We were very impatient with the ball in the first half. We were too far apart to really support each other and to connect with each other. What ended up happening is we would make 1 or 2 passes, but we weren't able to then combine off of anything, and guys were just too far apart, from one another. And the other side is, tactically, we weren't able to break from them a little bit, and we got better in the second half. We got guys in better positions. We were closer to each other, so that Sebastian, Josie, Michael, Ben, all those guys. Oso coming in, I thought he did a great job, as did Colin. They were closer to each other so that they could actually connect and play off of each other and help each other, and that in turn for me led to more possession, more opportunities. We controlled the game a little bit better.
Has it said that a few minutes ago that losing can be contagious, and we've all heard that before. Canadian Championship is not your number 1 priority, but forget about that for a moment. Given the dismal result on the weekend, is it more important now to get a win tomorrow just for the sake of getting a win?
I think getting a win is important for sure. I think again us establishing that this is our home field and this is how we're going to play and this is how we are going to be successful at home and this is what is expected of us in terms of work rate, competition. All of those things is equally important. I think the result comes if we do those things. I'm a big believer that the results are a byproduct of the work you put in and doing things the right way and doing things the way that are best for you as a team. And we didn't do those things on the weekend, and they need to be done tomorrow night. And as a result, I do believe that we got to go for a result as such.
Has Osorio earned more playing time after his display on the weekend?
I thought he was excellent. You know, he's played a lot over the course of this season in our various shapes on the right side. And I thought he came in on the left side, and I thought he looked a lot more comfortable. And you know, a lot of that is he's not a speed demon type of player, so the power to get around the outside is not necessarily his thing, but to open up, to get around the outside, open up to the inside, things like that. He showed a lot of, for me, a lot of comfort in that role. So I thought that was a great performance from him. I thought he defended hard. I thought his positioning was very good. So. Does he deserve more playing time? Yeah, of course he deserves more playing time. So
I asked because at the start of the season he was one of your starters, but then it seemed like there was perhaps a tactical shift to play Jackson and Finley out wide. Was it a matter of just a tactical change, or was it something to do with form? What went into the decision to have him on the bench?
Yeah, a lot of it was, at the time we did it, was a tactical shift to get into more 2 lines of 4. We were defending a little deeper. We were on the road. We were having to counter out of that shape a little bit, being on the road. So more so than anything tactical. I do think that he's showed more comfort being on the left, and even in my conversations with him, he's more comfortable. So, you know, maybe the right side wasn't ideal for him. The left side's a little more ideal. That's where he played a little bit last year as well. So it's getting him into the best place that he feels he can be most successful and he can help the team, but also that has to match with the tactics of what we're trying to accomplish. So.
Greg, the role of a holding midfielder seems to be changing in today's game. They have to do more than just defend, but given the abilities of Shearu and Bradley, and also you've got attackers in Finley and Jackson, who we've used recently. Has there been any thought to maybe going back to somebody who can further anchor that, cover the back line to free up some of those creative guys to find touches for the Jovinkos and others?
It will be addressed, Neil.
Okay.
That's the short answer to that equation. Yes, absolutely.
Jason Bent will be inducted to the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame. As someone you've gotten to know recently, do you have anything to say to him?
Yeah, I've said what I need to say to him. I think I haven't known Jay for that long, but I think he's a fantastic human being first and foremost. I think his drive in the sport to be a great player in his time and even now to be a great coach, and his leadership within our club and within his team and just around the club is second to none. I think he's a great person, and I'm sure very deserving, and I'm very, very happy for him. I think I couldn't find too many better guys, I think, that I would put up for that. So.